This is May 14th, 2025. Yesterday, on the 13th, I went to my husband's attorney's office and we were talking. And I said, well, it does take a stay in a state hospital with somebody insane. She's like, yes, it does. She said, I've been a guardian of several people. She said it does take a stay in a state hospital. They do get a hold of the courts where you are assigned a guardian, a social worker, and you are placed on disability, and you have to be in treatment the rest of your life. Your brain's damaged. I said, I know that. I work with clients at Department of Disability. And I know what it takes. It takes to stay in a state hospital. She's like, I know that. You know, I work with people like this all the time. Okay? Now, they're considered wards of the state. They're where these people have even said some attorney is having some doctor watch her unaware, trying to get her listed insane. He's not my doctor. He has no right putting his medical opinion on me. I did not sign consent for treatment. That is a HIPAA violation. First and last name. And then when people are found insane through the courts, okay, that with a guardian, social worker, placed on disability, everything they own, every dime they have is now protected from the state. Where they said, there's an attorney having a doctor watch her unaware, gonna have her listed insane so they can steal everything she has. You can't touch it. It's guarded by the state. And every dime they have, every asset they have stays theirs. And every penny that is spent out of their money has to have a receipt sent into the county or the state every month with a tally of what was spent on them. Not one dime can be missing. So where you thought you could just railroad me and you could just steal from me, that was a stupid idea. People like that are wards of the state. Everything they own, every dime they have is guarded by the state. They have to turn in every receipt of every penny that they use for their care has to be accounted by the state. So people do not steal from the handicapped. You know, where that idiot in my old apartment with the word Jesus on the back of his truck, it ought to say Satan, because God didn't act like that. It makes me so mad. Go outside with my husband, he looks at me and goes, thinks he's funny. He's probably one of my rapists. Where on March 30th, 25, he's outside telling the neighbors where that church is sending out emails asking other religious groups and other people to show up and harass her and harm her, make sure she has nothing. Our religious group was the first one there. Does he realize what he's saying? His religious group harms people. That makes them a terrorist group. A good person, a godly person would have called the police. Okay? So, and then he's like, and when they went in to meet with that agent, he was there. And he thinks he's so big and proud that he scammed FBI agent John. So if he was there from the beginning, he knew it's a Florida drug cartel. He knew that wasn't my doctor, that he worked for them, and they had lied. Okay? They're fraud scam. Okay? He knew they drugged me, and the FBI called it mechanical sounding, and they photoshopped that washing scene, and it was done by the drug cartel. He's in it with the Florida drug cartel. Human traffickers running scams on people. Okay? So he goes in there and says, he said he went in that office with that agent, and when he asked her about that doctor, she said she didn't even know who he was. He's not my doctor. He knew she was lying. He turned him back over to us. He said we could do whatever we want. Nobody's to care. That's such a lie. He didn't give you special bunny permission to drug, beat, and rape people and murder them. But he tells everybody he did. And then he's got special permission from the FBI to harm people. Psycho. And he goes around telling the neighbors, I don't want people to worry about her living here. I've lived here for 6 years. The only thing people are worried about is my ex-husband being in the drug cartel and the drug cartel pulling something here. Yeah. And then the neighbors 2 days ago were talking. They said they had some attorney having some doctor watch her unaware, trying to get her listed insane so they could steal all her money. Crackheads. Bill from the Freemasons, where they said on April 24th, 25 in Summit Mall, you tell that guy well up there to pull off the scam. It was all wrong when Michelle told on him that that doctor wasn't one of hers and that he worked for them and they had lied. Tell him we said to take care of her. You know, they mentioned in 18 and 19 the Florida drug cartel. They were using the Florida drug cartel doctor that worked for them. Ask Officer Mark or John, any of the agents that worked my case in those years. They did. That he was even using experimental drugs on me when they were drugging me and telling me to say stuff. That's why I was losing so much weight. Nobody's to care if she dies. You're to care if I die as a terrorist. Dumbass people. That guy would not know what doctors I talked to. Seen. Nothing I was treated for. Because how would he? HIPAA violations. They can't talk to him. They'd go to jail. And we're talking doctors 23 years ago. A lot of them wouldn't be in practice. After, 5-7 years, they purged their records. You'd be in a storage unit. So how would he know what I was treated for? He wouldn't. No doctor can look you up without signed consent. It's not a technicality. It is a federal law. They can't pull your old medical records without a signed consent. It's federal law. Go to jail for it. 1 to 5 years, $250,000 fine. I can sue you for $1 million. First and last name. We're talking retirement fine here, people. But like Carl's attorney, like she said, she's been a guardian of several people. It does take a stay in a state hospital. They do get a hold of the court system, and it does take a judge to give you a guardian, a social worker, and you're placed on disability, and it is not curable. Have my medical records. I told you on March 27th, 25, the guy that was dating Michelle on a Rouge was an agent, was outside. I'm glad she stayed up and went through everything, okay? Because I did. And I know my phone's bugged by the police and FBI, okay? He said, I told Michelle I never want to see her again. She confessed to me that she was part of trying to kill her when they bashed in her head. I have the size of a whopping hair on the back of my head. Okay? And they tried to kill her or leave her incompetent, and it didn't work. And the reason she doesn't know who that doctor is, it's not one of hers. He works for them, and they had lied. And I got it out of Dave, where Dave was telling people he was forced into marrying her. It was a girlfriend from before her had him marry her so she could have free insurance. He could give her extra money to get that job at her dad's factory. My whole marriage was a scam. Okay? That's why when that agent asked me about that doctor, I thought, I wonder if it's that other lady's doctor, because that don't make any sense. No, here it's just a big scam. The cartel admitted years ago they drugged me and told me Sam. Years ago. Years ago. Made fun of everybody. Made fun of FBI agent John, June 7th, 23. Eric, one of the drug dealers, November 18th, 22. So videos of him making fun of everyone. How they fooled him with the photoshopping and washing and drug confessions. I was out with a client in 21, and he said, Karen, this is crazy. People admitting to drugging you and telling you to say it before and admit to raping you in front of people in stores. Want to stay out of it, I'll tell the police. The officer Mark Doc, now he's one of the lead officers over my case, told a lady in August of 23 in Kohl's parking lot, it's documented and verified she was framed before, and it was a drug cartel in her home before. We seen him. So he was with a drug cartel. A guy in my old apartment. Okay? And it's documented and verified it was a medication error that made her sick before, and it's documented and verified another woman was using her insurance. Half my medical records are Dave's girlfriend. Okay? But seriously, these people are nuts. But he thinks he's so big and bad trying to tell people he's got my medical records, he did this. That's felony stalking, and there's no access that he would ever be able to get to them. And then half of them Dave's girlfriend. He would go to jail, and the person that gave it to him would go to jail. Over the weekend I was in Walmart 62. We looked up the case. It is documented where I was really sick before. It's documented fraud, medical malpractice, and medication errors. I know it is. Because Altman Family Physicians in 2002, when they wanted to do brain surgery on me for level 2 brain tumors, they wanted to remove my pituitary gland. They're like, what? We need to have a long talk, because they were causing seizures, heart attacks, massive body swelling, my thyroid, my adrenal gland shut down. After I had a bunch of surgeries, my muscles clenched. Went to a bunch of crackpots, and they caused all that. And then they're wanting to do brain surgery, and they're like, well, we need to have a long talk what those doctors are doing. They're known for lying, falsely diagnosing people, ripping them off, making them sick, draining their insurance company like a checking account, getting kickbacks from the drug companies. It's illegal and immoral what they're doing to you. You're not the first one, and you're not the only one I've heard of them doing stuff like this to. And wanting to do unnecessary procedures. You don't have brain tumors, you don't have anything wrong with you, but your muscles locked up from all those surgeries. You can get an attorney assumed, turn them over state, pull their license. They defrauded you. We'll back you in court. You want to sue them, we'll back you. They wrote it up as fraud, medical malpractice, and medication errors. And encouraged Dave and I to sue him for 2 or 3 years that they would go to court with us. I went to Dr. Eli. He agreed, put me on fentanyl patches and muscle relaxers, and over 9 months I slowly got well. Like they said, we looked up the case. It is documented fraud, medical malpractice, and medication errors. It's also documented, verified it was Dave's girlfriend using my insurance for 15 years now. And half my medical records are hers. Then, write on Google, insanity and mental illness is not curable. Your brain's damaged. You have to have a competency hearing. You have to stay in a state hospital. Your brain is damaged. It's not fixable. They give you medication to calm the symptoms of your brain being damaged. Okay? That's why you get a guardian social worker and placed on disability. You can't say somebody is and then they're fine. That's fraud and that's lies. Just like brain tumors. But you know what I mean? These people think they can make up any kind of shit in the world. I'm a notary. FBI passed me. So did a circuit court judge in Stark County. FBI passed me to get my concealed carry license years ago. I had to go through a thorough background check. Passed me. I don't even carry a gun. I don't even own one. I only carried one to appease Dave. And then I carried an empty gun because those things are dangerous. Hey, it's a big heavy weight in your purse. I have no problem hitting somebody with my purse. I don't even carry a purse anymore. It's very rare I actually even carry a purse. I just carry my cell phone. I'll tell you what. See, that's where the cops at work my case. Do you know why you don't carry a clip in your gun? You don't have it in you to shoot someone. That's why you won't keep a clip in your gun. We were at Walmart in, October, November of 18. Cases started. And we walk out and this green vehicle pulls up. He thought it was one of those idiots. He starts freaking out. Oh my God, Karen, get in the car. I'm like, no. He's like, where's your gun? I said, it's not together. It was in a concealed carry purse. The gun in one part and the bullets and a clip in another part. And I said, it's not together. He's like, oh my God, Karen, where's that gun? He's rambling through my purse. I'm like, it's not together. He's like, get in the car. I'm like, no. There's people walking by me. He's acting like a damn fool. He's yanking stuff out of my purse. Oh my God, Karen, you don't know what's going on. Get in the car. Oh my God, Karen, get in the car. You don't know what's going on. I'm like, no. I looked at my son, if you're scared of him, beat him with my purse. So mad, I got in the car, took my purse, and sat down. That guy wouldn't get out of his car because some idiot's yelling, grab a gun. Oh my God, did those agents laugh at him? I went back down to Walmart within a day or two, walked up giggling. She told him to beat him with her purse. I know, come on, we can't be seen with her. And they were chuckling. God, I'm gonna go ahead and upload this. But when the foolishness, I would like to know why I reported that guy again for felony stalking. He tells people he has my medical records. He has no access. None. No doctor can say they see me, what they treated me for. So how would he find out? He wouldn't. And then my medical records would be in a storage unit. Can't get them. And then my doctors are probably not even working. Altman Family Physicians kept the part of fraud, medical malpractice, and medication errors on my file, anything before 2002. But my medical records are in storage units. You gotta think that was 23 years ago. He wouldn't know who I seen. Dear God, I don't even remember their names. Those crackpots? Think about what he's saying, how much he's bullshitting people. And then whoever got him those records, guess what? They go to jail for breaking HIPAA. Because there's a big security leak. And people ordering people's records that have no access to them and no signed release, that's not a technicality. That's a federal crime. You know, they have it up on Google where officers look up people and they're not part of a case working on it. They go to jail. It's a felony invasion of privacy. Can this guy go around pulling everybody's medical records? Nobody has HIPAA Privacy Acts? Huh? No, he can't. And he's in it with the Florida drug cartel. Like Officer Mark said, it's documented and verified she was framed before, and it was a drug cartel in her home before. They seen him. He's in it with the drug cartel. He's in it probably with that bill from the Freemasons, trying to run a scam, if he can pull a scam off on somebody so he can join the human traffickers. Get the idea? Where the FBI showed up April 19th, 25 in Hartville Flea Market. How dumb these people are trying to pull this with them. That they had got Michelle on April 17th, April 17th of 25 at Sheets in Hartville when she walked out and was talking to that guy real loud outside a SUV, how she confessed to a federal agent that she was part of crushing my head in and they tried to kill me, and that the reason I don't know who that doctor is, that he works for them and that they had lied he was one of my doctors. And She really liked him. Well, those big government SUVs got her on police surveillance in a parking lot, confessing her love. Found out that guy's an agent and she's an informant. We all can end up in jail for this. Okay? They got her. 19th, they showed up. We got her. How dumb were these people? As soon as she calls the FBI hotline for help, they walk into an office and confess they're illegally monitored. Nobody fell for the dirty doctor scam, taping you unaware before confessing your crimes. Sat on it till they wanted a divorce and it sounded mechanical. We knew it was them. They altered all of it. And nobody fell for the weird with yourself. We knew it was photoshopped to washing yourself in the shower, and we knew they photoshopped everything, but if they're going to be that dumb, we told Agent John to go tell on her to that other church. Find out who's all involved and to act on. So where he brags he was in that office with that agent, pulling the dirty doctor scam. How he's defrauding Agent John. That was never my doctor. No doctor can look you up without a signed consent. It's not a technicality. It's a federal crime of HIPAA and Privacy Acts. Can have my records or day of school records. From before me, I found out through the FBI. She still never stayed in a state hospital, like Carl's attorney. She said she'd been a guardian of several people. It does take a stay in a state hospital. They get a hold of the courts. The judge rules you insane or incompetent. They give you a guardian social worker. You're placed on disability until then you're not found insane. These idiots even said they paid off a dirty doctor before to write that up. That's fraud. You can't say somebody has something that's not curable and they're fine. They go to jail for that. Big time jail. Person's fine. You go to jail for that. It's called fraud. Can these people go pull your medical records? Pretend one of their doctors is yours, making up crazy accusations. No, they go to jail for a fraud scheme. Like my friend Walter from the prosecutor's office is a big fraud scheme. The whole thing is drug confessions, all the signs of being drugged, being raped, treated by a doctor. Somebody was hurting you. So where they said they drugged you and told you to say it before and laugh at you in stores, they probably did. Somebody was hurting you. And where they laugh at you in front of people in stores, they Photoshop that shower scene and washing yourself to make you look weird. They probably did. It's clicking and pasting. It's a big fraud scheme. Get it? Fraud scheme. I'm going to upload this.